Ghosts in Us contains serious and sometimes disturbing events and is not suitable for all audiences. Viewer discretion is advised.
It had the crying boy painting.
Her imaginary friend as a kid was a demon.
I looked that thing in its eyes and it changed me forever.
I absolutely believe it was like a demonic presence.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Ghosts in Us podcast. I'm Blaine. And
I am
that's
Taylor.
We finish each other's
Sandwiches.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. So today we're actually going to be covering a topic I want to talk about. Taylor, do you know what I'm talking about today?
No.
No, you don't remember? Okay, that's fine. Cool.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh no, I'm just going to get right into it. If we're ready, we're good. I could just.
Go ahead.
Right. I'm gonna try not to laugh so much because I'm getting over being sick. All right, so Taylor, welcome to what might be the most famous yet confusing cases of exorcism that we will be bringing to you on this podcast.
It's real famous.
Yeah. Today, okay. I'm going to be bringing you the infamous exorcism of Anna Ecklund. And now I know what you might be thinking. Blaine, isn't that like a really bad, like British-made movie about a housewife who was once a mild churchgoer, then became prone to bouts of violent rage with anger towards religious imagery? And I'd say, no. But Blaine, what about the priest that teams up with the Vatican investigator to evaluate the case, only to realize that she's being possessed by a malevolent entity, that they take her to a nearby convent, perform an exorcism where all hell breaks loose and battle between good and evil begins? No!
Breathe.
We're not talking about this shit.
Take a deep breath and then continue. You look like you were losing your air.
No, I'm talking about the one where the American woman whose alleged demonic possession and exorcism lasted several decades. This exorcism was an extensive one, to say the least, lasting from August 18th to December 23rd, 1928 in Erling, Iowa. So,
how many decades?
Her life. Like from when she was 14. I'll get into it.
Okay. Sorry.
All right. So her possession is said to have started when she was just 14. See, like I said, I was just about to get into it. And it lasted until her final exorcism executed by Father Theophilus Reisinger at the age of 46.
Ooh.
Cat likes your leg.
See.
Now, this case, Taylor, is so prolific, and it's still considered by theology and paranormal scholars to be one of the most documented cases of exorcism in the 20th century, and it's included in a 1936 issue of Time magazine. Did you know that? You didn't know that. No,
I know nothing.
I'm blowing your mind right now.
I know nothing about any of this.
All right, so let's dive into a little backstory. Emma Schmidt was born in Milwaukee, Wisconsin on March 23rd, 1882, and raised in a Catholic household in Marathon, Wisconsin. Now, already with that first sentence, Taylor, we're hitting a bit of a controversy. All right.
All right.
If this information is correct, it would make her the daughter of Edward Schmidt, which contradicts both published and unpublished works of Emma's possession and exorcism, as those works state that her father's name was Jacob.
Maybe it's a middle name?
Well, the name of Emma Schmidt, according to Ancestry.com, would then be Hulda Emma Schmidt, born July 3rd, 1882 in Thurgau, Switzerland, to Jacob and Anna Schmidt, who then emigrated to Wisconsin in 1884. This Emma Schmidt was one of 9 children and died June 23rd, 1964 in Milwaukee.
Okay.
So we're already hitting contradictions in our timeline.
Which is really confusing because you said this is like one of the most
Prolific cases of exorcism. Like this is, I think, what the movie The Exorcist. No, The Exorcist was based off a boy. Never mind. I'm pretty sure.
this is the most documented, yet there's contradictions.
Yes.
Yes. All right, carry on. I'm
Love how weird it
intrigued.
is, don't you? According to birth records, Schmidt's parents were German immigrants. There are also contradictions that she was even raised in Marathon, Wisconsin. The unpublished Buncy manuscript states Reisinger exorcised Schmidt in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and the Buncy manuscript states that Emma Schmidt, known as Mary X, met Reisinger in New York when Emma Schmidt was 16, around 1898. An article in the Des Moines Register from September 23rd, 1928 stated relatives living near here are thought to have prevailed upon the Reverend Joseph Steiger, pastor of St. Joseph's Church, to bring the woman to Erling from an eastern city for the ritual, which suggests Emma Schmidt was from the U.S. East Coast and not Wisconsin. She reportedly began exhibiting signs of possession during her adolescence, demonstrating revulsion of holy objects, disturbed thoughts, and the inability to enter churches. Ecklund also began to take part in unspeakable sexual acts. According to an account published in 1935, the believed source of Ecklund's possession was her Aunt Mina, a reputed local witch who placed spells on herbs and food that she prepared. Mina was purportedly also a lover of Ecklund's father. In June 18th, 1912, Ecklund underwent an exorcism by Father Theophilus Reisinger, a Capuchin priest originally from Bavaria, Germany, entrusted by Bishop Thomas Dunn of Des Moines, Iowa. Reisinger had been a monk at the community of St. Anthony's in Marathon, Wisconsin. Still following?
I think so.
Still following? Okay. In the summer of 1928, Reisinger was again consulted to perform a second exorcism on Ecklund. Father Joseph Steiger of Erling, Iowa, a friend of Reisinger, suggested that the exorcism be undertaken at a convent owned by the Franciscan sisters in Erling. Ecklund was taken to the convent on August 17th, 1928, and reportedly exhibited numerous symptoms, including falling into fits of rage over food that had been sprinkled with holy water and hissing like a cat. Excuse me, I need a drink of water.
I hope that water's holy.
It's tap.
So, did she know that, like, the food was doused with holy water and all that?
Probably not.
Okay, because, like, there's, like, I mean, you hear, like, people, like,
Sorry,
trying to
I'm
fake
really
it.
reading this off my computer, by the way. Like, I'm pulling a U.
Thanks.
I have it all here, but I'm reading it, so I have to, like, side-eye it.
No, that's fine. So, like, yeah, so you don't think she knew?
Probably not.
Okay.
I don't think they were in a position to tell her that it was blessed. I could be wrong, though. I
carry
don't know. I
on.
wasn't there. Where did I say? Hissing like a cat. With the help of the Franciscan sisters of the convent, the exorcism began on August 18th. The exorcism was reportedly violent, with Ecklund levitating, howling, and hanging from the frame of the doorway. The first session lasted until August 26th. A second session occurred between September 13th and September 20th, followed by a final 8-day session that lasted from December 15th to December 23rd, 1928.
I have a question.
I might have an answer.
Since you've been doing a little more research on, like, possession and exorcism type stuff, when you say 8 days straight, do you think they, like, do it in shifts, or do they stop, sleep, come back?
You know, I don't know. Yeah, probably. I mean,
Probably to what?
that they'll
Shifts?
that they'll be like, all right, clock out. We're done for the day. You know, like, because I think you have to be a
Stamp
specific
a little cross on their card.
Well, no, because you have to be a specific type of priest to perform an exorcism to be an exorcist. Like, not every priest can perform an exorcism.
Like, is that real knowledge or is that movie knowledge?
No, that's real knowledge. Not every priest can perform an exorcism.
Okay. Well, continue.
I'm pretty sure that's real knowledge.
Editor's note.
Allegedly.
Editor's note. Taylor's a dummy.
The extensive exorcism resulted in the deterioration of Ecklund's body as she refused to consume food, also vomiting foul debris and what appeared to be tobacco leaves. Her head, lips, and face reportedly swelled, and she was also able to speak in multiple languages unknown to her. The exorcism was reportedly so grueling and Ecklund's behavior so violent that several nuns in the Franciscan order asked to be relocated to a different convent. Ecklund was believed to be possessed by Judas Iscariot, I think that's how you pronounce that, as well as Jacob, her own father, who had cursed her with the help of his lover, her Aunt Mina, for refusing his incestuous sexual advances during her adolescence. During the exorcisms, Ecklund also spoke in a high falsetto voice, which Reisinger interpreted as the voice of her Aunt Mina. On December 23rd, the final day of the exorcism, Father Reisinger commanded the demons in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit through the intercession of the Blessed Virgin Mary to depart to hell. Ecklund then collapsed on her bed and began to shriek, Beelzebub, Judas, Jacob, Mina, followed by hell, hell, hell. She opened her eyes and then spoke in her own voice, saying, My Jesus, mercy, praise be Jesus Christ. Reisinger's exorcism was reportedly successful, and Ecklund only exhibited milder, yet and quite manageable possessions after it. Her true identity was kept protected from the public in written accounts.
So wait a minute. It was labeled
So,
successful?
No. What was that?
It was claimed successful even though she's still
It had
having
mild possessions at the end of her life, yeah.
That's like saying someone has pneumonia and then at the end of it it's just like a cold and they're like, you're fine. No, it's just
your
a little
pneumonia is
after.
cured, but yeah, you're gonna live with a cold for the rest of your life.
Yes.
Stupid. Anna Ecklund, Emma Schmidt, died on July 23rd, 1941 at the age of 59. Or if it's Hulda Emma Schmidt, like I was saying earlier, on June 23rd, 1964 at the age of 81. No one knows who this woman is.
I was going to say, so is she really a real person? But you did say like there was a thing in the Times.
And Ancestry.com.
Well, I meant
now,
like
Taylor,
her
I know what you're
possession.
thinking. All right, I know what you're thinking. In your head, you're probably saying, how did she get the pseudonym Anna Ecklund? Right? I bet that's just eating away at your brain.
No, it is.
Man, like, damn, how does an Emma Schmidt go to Anna Ecklund? And I'm going to tell you. Carl Vogel, a theologian, wrote an account of the possession in German titled Begone, Satan, in 1935. One of the most famous sources of information for this case. And he just happened to use the pseudonym Anna Ecklund and then it was used in Time magazine. There's your answer.
That's that.
I'm really glad it was eating
thanks.
away at your brain because I knew it. I knew it would eat away. Yeah, that's the case. That's the case.
That was it.
That's literally the whole case. She was possessed, got an exorcism throughout 30 years of her life, and then on the last one she just went, all right, we're good here, and then just like suffered from mild possessions at the end of it. And no one knows when she died because we don't know which one she is.
It blows my mind that they're like, oh, he was successful, but she just gets a little bit of like residual possession. for the rest of her life.
Yeah. That's the whole case. That's the entirety of it. What are your thoughts, Taylor?
This is a well documented like thing, but like what? Okay, wait a second. When was the last exorcism? Before they're like, oh, it's just mild.
Her last one was 1928.
And then when she died, supposedly, of both ladies.
If she is the first one, July 23rd, 1941, at the age of 59, or if it's that Hulda Emma Schmidt, it's June 23rd, 1964, at the age of 81.
So like 20 plus years of her life is just mild possession.
Yep.
I wonder what that would look like.
I'm more concerned at the fact, like, okay, so like she wasn't eating and yet she was still vomiting up like this bile in her stomach. And tobacco leaves, like we're just gonna skip over that. Like she's straight up vomiting what looks like tobacco leaves and like this, I think it was like this green fucking gross shit that's just like in her stomach, and she's not eating. Like she was like I read somewhere that she was just like super like malnutritioned because she just refused to eat. Like she was almost like I think they described her as like skin and bone.
Makes sense. Like the skeptic part of me, because I want to be a skeptic when it comes to possession, just
Absolutely.
because it's really hard to believe sometimes. Like, what if she was just really sick with something and then like her body finally like kicked in and it took a long time to get over, but there is still like aftermath after getting over it.
Mm-hmm.
And then like, I don't know, like some of this stuff could be like mental illness or like an aneurysm. Some people live. My grandpa had an aneurysm and he became a completely different person.
Grandpa got possessed, Taylor. I don't know what to tell you.
He went from being a really nice guy that volunteered for like the like fire station and all that to an asshole, like a perverted asshole.
I think your grandpa was possessed. I don't know what to tell you. I don't make the rules.
All right, so people who survive aneurysms, that just means you're possessed.
You're being very disingenuous, Taylor, and that's not cool. You're being mean. You're being mean-spirited. You're gonna get canceled now. Canceled.
All right.
We're done. All right. Ghosting us is just
All right.
Blaine now. Get fucked.
I'll take my equipment back.
I'll buy it off you.
Well,
What was that? Whoa.
the price that I'll set for you.
I'll pay you price that we paid.
So, on the topic of possession, like we should have like, I feel like that's a thing that we should have done an episode on, or should do an episode on. What is like the most recent like exorcism? Because I don't think that happens much anymore, right?
After the movie came out, the first Exorcist, like I think a shit ton of people were trying to get exorcisms. Let's look it up.
Or are we talking about like the one back from like I don't remember when
80s?
The Exorcist came out? Yeah,
Yeah, that's what I'm talking
yeah,
about.
I know a lot of people were trying to say they were possessed for sure.
Here, according to this quick Google search, in California in 2021, a 3-year-old girl, I'm not going to say her name, died after an alleged exorcism-like ritual in her backyard church in San Jose. The girl's mother told investigators that she believed that she was possessed by a demon. The coroner ruled that her cause of death was a combination of mechanical asphyxia and smothering.
Oh, that poor
And
3-year-old.
in 2021, in Italy, a 26-year-old woman underwent a 9-hour exorcism at the St. Mary of Mount Barraco Church. The woman's mother believed her daughter was suffering from demonic influence, and that's as far as it goes for the quick.
You know, why is it easier to believe demonic possession and exorcisms when it's a different country?
I don't know. I think it feels more real if it's coming from Italy because that's where the Vatican is.
True.
It's
And
like
there's
the
way
most
more like deep roots of religion.
more Catholic roots.
Yeah.
That's the deepest Catholic root you can get for today's age, unless you're like going to Bethlehem on like a pilgrimage. But other than that, you're like the Vatican is probably like being in Italy is one of the most religious countries because they have like all the basilicas and all the statues and whatnot. But yeah, 2021 it looks like there's a few.
Wow, that's pretty recent for sure.
Yeah.
Do we know what the oldest recorded exorcism? Do you get what I mean?
Oh, like the first recorded one?
Yeah.
Well, let's look. Case of
What an episode.
exorcism. This is such riveting podcast. I'm really sorry. The oldest recorded case of exorcism includes in 1634. Excuse me. Documented exorcism of nuns in France. The exorcisms were performed to demonstrate the power of Catholic rituals over the devil. In the Bible, that describes exorcisms of King Saul, the first king of the Israelites. The exorcisms of Jesus in the Gospel of Mark, written around AD 70. Jesus casts out evil spirits. In the first century AD, Josephus described a man who freed others from a demon by invoking King Solomon's name. That's the exorcisms of Eleazar. That's a name I can't pronounce. I'm really sorry. I'm not going to even try. In Mesopotamia during the first millennium BC, there were spiritual healers who used rituals and amulets to expel demons.
Okay. You know what? Since we brought it up, since we mentioned like Italy and all that, and European, I want to set up an episode where we talk about the catacombs.
Sure.
Because a lot of people talk about it being haunted in a way, and I mean rightfully so, with the amount of bodies and like skeletons in that place. Amazing and just intense. I also know that they don't allow people to go in there at night. Like the tours stop at one point. Like you get in huge ass trouble if you go in there at night. And then like there's movies that are made about like the suspicions of the place, like as above, so below.
Yep.
So like, yeah, I'll set that up.
Cool. Sorry, this was a very kind of lackluster episode, I guess, but
This episode's going to be like a 20, 25, 30-minute episode.
so, well, you know what? Sometimes you just need a short one.
But no, it's okay. You were so uppity.
I was so uppity. I was ready. I was so prepared. I typed everything out.
You could have just like dragged it out. Narrator voice.
Nah. Getting over being sick, I'm not gonna
Spitting up green.
spitting up green. No, I wouldn't do that. I don't want to do that. But I really wanted to talk about this case because it's a really bad movie, and B, it has its ties to Wisconsin, and being from this state. I like looking at and hearing about different types of stuff. So I thought it was really cool.
To anyone who's listening to this, watching this, whatever, if you have any like ideas or like scary stuff or dark stuff of Wisconsin that you want to hear us talk about, please share, because
comment down below.
Sometimes it's a little hard to like find something that will grab your brain and then actually make you want to look it up and try to talk about it.
Comment down below.
There's some things, but it's like, I want to know what people want to hear.
Yeah, me too.
So
I hope people listen.
I hope you're all listening.
Well, Taylor, if that's all I got. So, I mean, if we wrap it up now, we wrap it up now. It's a quick, breezy 15, 20-minute episode.
You know what? It's like a little bonus episode. Perfect.
But it's a real mainline one. We're charging for this one. I'm kidding.
Charging $0. Charging some love from your hearts.
I'm charging Mike, my friend Mike Redmond, $48 for this podcast episode.
You hear that, Mike?
Hear that, Mike? You better. He'll know, because if I get a
Where's my
message
money?
then I'll know he's listened. He tells me he listens. He tells me he listens. So this
Are we going to just start calling out people that say they listen?
Sure am. I know my mom listens. So, I mean, I know that for a fact. I've seen her turn it on as I was leaving, and I'm like, all right.
Shuts it off the moment you close the door.
Yeah, right. No, because I'll get a message later in the day. Oh my gosh, I can't believe you guys talked about that. I'll be like,
my husband listens.
Your what?
I think my husband listens.
Well, yeah, he gets a
Jesse?
fucking live view of this.
Jesse, Michael, you better leave a comment saying you listen.
Yeah.
Joe, Uncle Joe, you better leave a comment saying that you listen.
Just leave a comment saying that you listened. Oh, my lights died. Darn.
Bum, bum, bum.
Got real dark in here.
Spooky.
I guess that means it's time to wrap it up. All right. But yeah, I really just wanted to talk about this case. That's all. So thank you guys so much for watching on your podcast catcher of choice. If you're watching this on YouTube, make sure you hit the like and subscribe button and leave a comment down below saying that you listened. I'm telling you, do it. It's fun. If you have a story and you want to be on the podcast, let us know. Email us at ghostinus@gmail.com. We are more than willing to set up a day where you can come on the show, tell us your story. Taylor's distracting me with all of her lights.
Rar. Oh.
Oh!
Oh. Rar.
Snap. All right. But yeah, email us at ghostinus@gmail.com if you have a story, or if you just want to tell us your story over there and you give us permission, we will tell it this way. Yeah, you can follow us at ghostinus everywhere on social media. And yeah, that's all.
You know what? I have a question for. Okay, we're like, just comment. How about we start asking the people who do listen, if they listen to the end, a question? Like, what is your favorite piece of ghost hunting equipment? You don't have to be a paranormal investigator to have a favorite. If you watch our videos, or if you watch literally anyone else, Ghost Adventures, Ghost Hunters, literally anything, what is your favorite piece of equipment that you've seen people use?
All right, sound off in the comments down below.
All right.
The next question, who's your favorite ghost hunters? Step. I just peeked on my microphone so bad. Yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you in the next one.